Ryde is not a commercial taxi service. We are more like a social carpooling app where we try to match riders and drivers actually heading the same way. So most of the time you can actually pre-book a trip in advance.
So how do you actually deal with the liability issue?
So for the drivers, they are covered under their own car motor insurance. So what we have done is also to buy a group insurance on top of what the driver's existing motor insurance. So for example, in Hong Kong, we have just launched with Chinese online insurer Ping An to provide Ryde group insurance of up to 100,000 Hong Kong dollars for every match that is taking place on our platform.
How do you make your money as a social app? Is it a subscription fee? It's certainly not by Ryde, right? You don't get into quite that level of nitty-gritty, or do you?
Now, we don't collect any cash on our platform. So riders and drivers join us through a subscription fee model. And then we also allow for pay-per-use for some riders or drivers who just want to trial the app. And then they buy the subscription package, which allows them unlimited matches for 1 year.
Well, obviously in Hong Kong, you're just starting, so there are no numbers to report. Singapore, you actually, the gestation period, it's really been up and running for, let's call it a year, right, roughly?
Yes.
Are you profitable in that now, in that year? Is it a money-making venture at this point?
We are not quite profitable yet, but we are close to that. In January, we hit 20,000 members in our network, and then we've been growing month on month at a rate of 30%. And right now we have close to 50,000 members in our network.
You're still dealing with very compact Asian cities, relatively short distances. The real commuting happens in developed nations, you know, where, say, Americans, it's commonplace for Americans to drive 50 miles, 45 minutes in each direction and deal with all the interstate, congestion and that sort of thing. Do you see yourself moving beyond Asian shores to a market like that?
So we'll be announcing some plans shortly, where we have new investors and plans to scale to other cities around Asia first.